Have you ever heard the phrase, don't judge a book by its cover? Sounds good, but is that what people really do? Listen, your thumbnail is the very first impression that people get about your video. And do thumbnails count? Oh, you better believe they do. Let's go. Think of it like this. People are scrolling all through YouTube. If your thumbnail doesn't grab their attention, the chances are very slim that they're going to click on your video at all. That's why today we're going to dive into some thumbnail construction. Here's a powerhouse tool that is free named Canva. So why do thumbnails matter so much? It all boils down to your click-through rate or your CTR. What is your CTR? That is the percentage of people who click on your video compared to how many times that YouTube shows it to them. A good CTR is about 10% or higher. It tells YouTube that people are interested in your video and want to see it. So they're more likely to show it to more viewers. On the flip side, if your CTR is lagging, even if you poured your heart and soul into the video, well, then it's going to reduce the amount of people that see it. A bad thumbnail, my friends, can unfortunately kill a great video. However, a good thumbnail can boost the views of a mediocre video. Okay, let's jump into Canva right now. Okay, let's head over to our Canva account. That'll be on canva.com. Let's go over there. If you don't have an account already, you can easily create one. But right now, if you do have one, just go there. Even if you don't have one, come along with us and get your account created. Sign into Canva, log into there. And we're going to work on our YouTube thumbnails. Now, Canva has so many tools that you can use to help create just about anything digitally. You can even get things in print. You can even do websites and landing pages or whatever. But today we're going to concentrate on that YouTube thumbnail, just like I promised. Now, to start creating your masterpiece, we're going to look at the Canva design button, and that's a create a design. We could go right there if we knew exactly how our dimensions were or how our ratio was for the measurement for the thumbnails. But what we're going to do is we're just going to go search your content and canvas at the search bar. And what we're going to do, I already printed it in earlier, but we'll print in YouTube thumbnail. And we're going to circle right here, but we're going to concentrate right here on the Canva templates. Let's see what Canva has to offer for those YouTube thumbnails. And here we go. Click enter, and we will get right to our thumbnails. Look at all of those templates that we have to choose from. Like I said earlier, the tools that Canva has, it's amazing. If you chose a blank canvas, you can see that it would already have the exact measurements for you. We can do that, but let's start with something that has already been completed, but we're going to tweak it to the way we like. All right, let's look up something that can kind of catch the eye, but that's not too busy. Let's try this guy here, right here. Now, when you click on one of the designs, one of the templates, if you feel like you want to go ahead and start editing this and use this as kind of like your jumping off point, go ahead and push customize this template right there where that purple bar is. Customize it. And so what it does, it loads it into your Canva editor, and now you can start changing things around and manipulating elements of this design the way you want it to be. Like I said, you can browse through all of these templates. You can search the way you want, different search modes. If your video is about cooking, you could have cooking templates there. If your video is about books, you can have those there. If your video is about whatever, fishing. Now, if you ever see one of the templates that have that kind of crown icon, those are for the pro users for the paid version. But there are so many templates that are available that are free. You can start this for free. You can utilize this app, this resource for free for as long as you want. Those pro version templates, though, and elements or whatever, even fonts, they won't be available to you just yet. That's why I think that Canva is a good resource all around, paid or free. You're going to love it. Okay, let's start with the text really quick. I like to go straight to my words. Title of this one, we need to choose something that's going to just say something very quickly and have it to where people can understand it right when they see it. So I don't like to make it too long, but I like to make it bold and readable. Let's go with this. We'll select that. Start now. Put the exclamation point there as if it isn't bold enough already, but I like it. I love it. It's easy to read. This part, I kind of call it like a subheading. Let's throw a few words in there. It's not too late. Oh, just like that. Now, if you didn't like our headline, the way to change it is to go right up here into our toolbar where it says font. See that right there? And you can change it to there are hundreds of fonts here to choose from. Let me move that out of the way. Go over here. And look, okay, so here again, we have hundreds of fonts in the Canva library. You can choose from literally hundreds. So I'll go back and show you. You click the text, then you go up here to the toolbar, to the far left of the toolbar, and you click that. Brings up all these fonts. And just like the other elements, if you see a crown on it, it means it's part of the pro version. But here you can see there's a lot of free fonts here. So no need to worry. You've got a wide selection. Let's go back to this. You also have effects that you can use to change the style of the lettering if you want. You want to make that font bigger? Just go ahead and grab the handle, pull it on out. Look at that. Move it around, select it, click on it, move it around the way you want, place it where you like to have it. You want to change the color? No problem. Select the font like we have it. Go up here to the toolbar, text color, all of these colors, any color in the rainbow that you want. Literally, you can go here to find one of the colors. If you know the number of it, you can go ahead and type that in. You can use a dropper to find what color you want. If you want to match a shirt, which is red already, we already got that all taken care of, but there are so many selections to choose from. Let's see, what can we go? We want green? Go green. Want blue? Go blue. If you're in Michigan, you'll understand. Anyway, you can change these letterings too to put an effect on it. Look at that. We can go no effect, shadow effect. You can even choose the color of the shadow you want. Lift, hollow, splice, outline. You get the idea. You can change the color of the outline. Look at that. It jumps out. Let's use that. For our subtext, let's move that over, give it a little, kind of center it within our shape element there. And maybe we want to change that color too. Maybe you don't like that color. Click it. Go up to the toolbar. Change the color. What would we want? I don't know. We don't want red. I don't know, maybe it's good like it is. Maybe we want to brighten up that yellow. How about that? That's pretty nice. This guy, part of our elements. Oh yes. If you don't want anything, click the element, click the text or whatever it is you want to click. You don't want it there, click it, select it, delete it, and it's gone. Okay? I'm going to bring it back, Code Z. Remember, for the maximum impact, we want to have bold and easy to read letters. Forget those super waves, curvy fonts, because they're not easy to read right away. You want something that you can see at a glance and read it just like that. And what I try to do is aim for 3 to 5 words tops. Okay, any more than that is going to be too cluttered. Make sure you have something where the background really pops. Right now I got a two-tone background. I don't think I really want it, so I'm going to change that around. I am going to click that red part and I'm going to delete it because I don't really want the two-tone. So click it, delete it, and it's gone. Now for the background, you click that. See that background color? Click that, and here comes the colors again. I do like the gradient style, so I'm gonna move on down here to one of the gradients. Try to check that out. I don't know. Maybe. But first, let's get rid of this guy. I'm gonna click him. He's out of there. Let's go with somebody that I'm gonna use. Somebody that I know pretty well. I know this person pretty well, and it's me. I'm going to go into my uploads right here all the way to the left. As you can see, uploads. Click it, and I'm going to go to some of the photographs that I have of myself. I'm going to pick this one right here. I'm smiling. You can tell I like to smile. You want to have something that shows some kind of emotion, because people connect with people that show emotion. You want to have like somebody that's smiling, somebody maybe that is doing like this or like whatever, or pointing, or giving some kind of human emotion that the viewer can make a connection with. And I always use a person in my thumbnails. I always use a person in there. Most of the times it's me, and I'm going to bring that in there again. The first thing I'm going to do with that photograph is take a feature that I love from Canva, and it is called background removal. Boom. There it goes. I am taking that background out of there, bringing these handles in a little bit for more maneuverability. Now, if you don't have the paid version of Canva, you can go to a background removal tool that's on Google. I will show you right now. I call it the Google Background Remover. That's what it's called. Right there. And if you want to go there, you can find it. Google Workspace Background Remover for images. And it has this little app you can install right onto your PC or your Apple computer. So let's go back out of that. Just wanted to let you know that if you don't have the paid version of Canva, you can go out, get that image, bring it back in, upload it to Canva. No problem. So I'm going to take this guy, and he's got his St. Patty's Day necklace on. Gonna blow him up a little bit. He's smiling, ready for the world. Now I'm not sure I like the color scheme, so I'm gonna go back here to the background, change it to something that I may that may go better. We'll see. It kind of pops, but I kind of like this, the way this one pops too. So let's go with that. Now there are a few things we can do with this image. One thing that I really love to do is put a kind of a border around, not a border, it's called a, let's see. We click this image and there are many things that we can do with it. Go to edit image on the left part of your toolbar and you'll see there are so many things that you can do with this image. We've already done the background removal. And what else I'm going to do is show you that I'm going to put a type of shadow effect on it. Hit that. And I'm going to go with glow. Now, you can see how it changes that image. It gives it kind of a 3D image. Let's take it off and show you again. Look at the image right here. It's off and I'm turning it on. And it gives a kind of a effect right there. And you can even choose what color you want that effect to be. Get him in there. Whoops. All right. He's all set. Like I said, I could change it to a different color if I want. I kind of like that one. And I usually go with the dark color. If it's against a lighter background, I go with a darker color. This part is not jumping out to me right now, so I'm going to change the letters, the color of the letters. Now, let's go to the color of the letter. We don't want blue. Maybe blue is the right color. Now let's stick with black. Not only black, but let's give it something that helps lift it a little bit off of the edge. We're going to go to effects for this part and maybe lift. Yeah, that gives it a little bit more thickness. It gives it a little more readability for us. This little shape here, I like to edit that as well. Well, I guess not. I'm not going to edit that shape. So right now we have something that's very clear. A clear message to start now, and a little subheading that said it's not too late. Not too many words, but what am I talking about? Of course, I'm talking about YouTube. You wouldn't be able to tell that by looking at the thumbnail. So what we're going to do is add an element, and I love this. Watch here, elements right up top, and we're going to type in YouTube logo. YouTube logo, and look at that. All these things come up we're going to go with the graphics. See what they have in the graphics area of that. Let's go with this one. We're going to put a YouTube logo in there because now we kind of know by looking at it what we're talking about. Start now. This is speaking to those people who probably want to start a YouTube channel, right? And maybe I could say that somewhere else in my down here, but I think this is fine. I think this is fine. Now move it over, and here's what we've got. Start now. Let's take this out. I don't know where this came from. Get that out of there. We can play around with the way the words are. We can kind of give it a little tilt. Shows a little bit of action. Bring this over a little bit. Okay. That is pretty clear, I think. What do you think? The good thing about Canva is that you can try out all these different ways to do a thumbnail, and YouTube period, it lets you test 3 different thumbnails. So let's make another one for the same video. What we're going to do is click that, and we're going to duplicate this page for the moment, and we're going to change some colors around. How about that? We're going to kind of go a whole different route. We're going to go, we're not black, we're going to go with that darker theme. Now I don't like this part over here because it's making my hair not be right. But say if I had that just like that, I will take that image, edit that image where we have the shadows, Guess what I can do? I can change the color. Let's just brighten that all the way up. Now you can see that there's an outline there. And you can even increase the intensity. And it brings the photo out. It makes it stand out. These words, if we want them like that, we can just put, say we want to have it on the same line. We can do that. Stretch that out. Bring it down just a little bit like that. Separate it, of course, make it right. And bring this over to where it's not, oops. And it's okay. Say it's touching the photograph a little bit. Fine. And we have the option to place that title where we want. Look at this. Position. We can bring it back. Remember, we hit position. We can bring it backward to where it's behind the photograph. You know what it's saying. You don't have to see the whole thing. You can have it, that photograph covering it a little bit. No big whoop. Look at that. Get that logo up in there. Let's move this over and get to that logo. All right. Okay. We got a couple of options. We can do an A/B test. There's so many other things that we can do to this. You'll be surprised. You can make so many variations and so many selections that you could just spend days on it. But I don't like to spend too much time on the thumbnail. I like to hit it in there, get my point across, get the visuals across, get a good contrast between the letters and the background and the photograph, have my elements in there, and move on to the next thing. Okay, so let's talk about that composition a little bit, especially on this first one. That's the one I'm going to start off with. We want to keep our thumbnail simple. Keep it focused. Don't try to put too much into that space, okay? It's just going to make it look cluttered and messy. If you are going to use a picture of yourself, make sure you zoom in so that people can see your expression and make eye contact, all right? Facial expressions and eye contact really grab the person's attention. It will grab the viewer's attention, especially if you're on the feed. It'll help jump it out, okay? Help jump your thumbnail out. Try to tell a story at a glance. Are you happy about it? Are you sad about it? Are you surprised or astonished about something? Make sure it conveys whatever message you want it to. Okay, once you're happy with your composition, you're going to want to download it. This is how I download it. I select the thumbnail that I want, and I go to this part over here where it says share, right into your upper right-hand area, share. Now, I'm going to be downloading it to my computer, so I put download. Now, I do not want this to be a PNG, but I do want to have it JPEG, best for sharing. Keep it to the size, which is the size that the thumbnail is. Keep it on 1. Quality, I'm going to bump that all the way up to 100. And you can only do that on the paid version. So make sure you think about it at least at some point getting that paid version, because your resolution, you want to have that nice and sharp. You want to have that tight so the person can, so that the people can see your thumbnail and it jumps out to them. Now I'm going to hit download on the purple bar, and you can see it's downloading right up there. Okay. I didn't change the name of the thumbnail, but I usually do that in my file settings. Okay. So this will be the start now thumbnail. You got it. You got it already. We can take that same thumbnail and upload it to YouTube for the custom thumbnail. And I probably am going to get a video to show you how to do that at some point. Okay, now there you have it. You've got the power to create amazing thumbnails. Design them to get those clicks and get those views. Before you unleash that creative thumbnail artist, would you like to hear any more of the Canva tutorials? Is that something you want me to do? Let me know in the comments below. I've been using Canva for a very, very long time. and I use it for some of my clients, for a lot of my clients, really. They are very happy with the results. And we've just scratched the surface. Believe me, we've just scratched the surface of what you can do with Canva. If you found this video motivating, or if you found it informational, or you found it helpful to you in any way, please push the thumbs up and subscribe button. I've got the tips. I've got the motivation. I am Walt the Motivator, motivating you to be the best you that you can be in real life and on social media. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you very much.